Welcome to Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. Well, the summer season is in full swing with some great concerts and special events coming your way. If you're in Portsmouth this July, you'll have a chance to see spectacular fireworks, a legendary 1980s pop diva, and a fellow in a powdered wig who's over 200 years old but still walking our streets. Sounds interesting? Want to know more? Then stay tuned, because all of that and more is coming up right now on this episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to Portsmouth Now. If you've ever walked along the seawall here in Old Town Portsmouth, then you know it gives you a spectacular view of the Elizabeth River, of ships and boats sailing in and out, and of the Norfolk skyline. On the evening of July 4th, the view is even more spectacular. The annual Independence Day fireworks over the Elizabeth River begins at 9:30 p.m. And if you head to the Portsmouth seawall or to anywhere along Crawford Parkway, you'll have one of the best seats available for this annual Independence Day spectacle. On July 5th, another spectacle of sorts comes here to the Antelos Pavilion. Legendary 1980s pop sensation Cyndi Lauper. Recently, Lauper won the Tony Award as composer for the current hit Broadway musical comedy Kinky Boots. On Friday, July 5th, Lauper herself will be in concert at Antelos, and her concert is just one of many coming to the pavilion this summer. Let's head inside and learn more about what's in store for this summer. I'm standing here with Ken McDonald, who's going to tell us about what's coming up at Antelos this summer. Thanks for joining us, Ken.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, what do we have to look forward to in July and August and beyond?
Well, another great season of shows in downtown Portsmouth. There's a variety of things like we always have every year. Everything from a PBS special that people may have seen, which is Straight No Chaser, on to Kiss, which is a legendary rock and roll band, Bruce Hornsby, and Railroad Earth, and Bruce Hornsby is a local, so he's a local favorite. Plays here in the area once a year or so, and does well all the time. And the list goes on and on. We keep adding shows. We've added Phoenix, we've added Hank Williams Jr., and we'll continue to add shows throughout the season.
Now, this is the first time I've been in the Antelos Pavilion. Tell us a little bit about it. How many seats do we have out here in this present configuration? How do you have a variety of ways of setting up things for various artists and concerts?
Yeah, we do have multiple configurations. Generally speaking, we have a 6,500 capacity, and we have a flexible floor in front of the stage where we can put down permanent or temporary seating, or we can remove the seats and have an open dance floor. And then in the middle section, there are permanent fixed seats, and then the lawn is a general mission lawn that's out underneath the stars, so people can go out on the lawn, sit in the grass, and enjoy the show that way.
Okay, as far as parking goes, if you come down here, do you park one section and have to hike a long ways to get here? Or?
No, one of the great things about being here in downtown Portsmouth is we share a lot of parking with downtown, and parking is really a non-issue, and it's adjacent to the building. There's several lots within a short walk next to City Hall and within City Hall, and it's a real short walk to the building, and people enjoy the walk. And it's also good to stop down at High Street, visit some of the stores or restaurants before a show, or even go there after the show. So it's super convenient. Park once, walk to the show, walk to the restaurants, and enjoy the Portsmouth waterfront.
Okay, so if you have coming to a weeknight concert and you have to get up to go to work the next morning, it's not as if you have to really add a lot of time in there getting to your seat from the car and vice versa.
No, realistically, getting in and out of this building is for a building this size and from what people expect, it's one of the things we get really good positive feedback on is how easy it is to get into and out of the building.
Okay, great. Well, now if people want more information on any of these shows, where should they call, or is there a website they can go to?
Well, the best place to go, not call, but the best place to go to get all the information is pavilionconcerts.com. And that's our website, which we keep updated whenever there's new information. We update it daily. In some cases, we'll even update it hourly, depending on what's happening at the time. But pavilionconcerts.com is the best place to go for information.
Okay, and if someone was interested in getting tickets, say for Cyndi Lauper, I mean, should they get them right away? Do there tend to be vacancies or some seats available up to showtime?
It's case by case on most shows. Usually the seats in front sell first, and then it works its way towards the back. But we also try to price the shows where we might have higher price seats towards the front and very affordable price seats to the back. So quite often you can come see a show at the Intellis Pavilion for $20 or less than $20, and then we'll run specials on shows where there might be family 4-packs and other ways where you can come to see a show in an affordable way. So it's not always the high price tickets that people point to. There's tickets that we put up for almost every show at all sorts of levels. So people should come to the website and look at their different options.
And I will say, just standing here looking at the back, that is not far from the stage. I mean, this is, for a big venue, this is actually very intimate here.
Yeah, this is kind of what we call a boutique amphitheater. It's not one of the large capacity. It is a medium-sized capacity venue, so that makes the seating much more closer. It makes the plazas much more comfortable. Just getting in and out and getting around the building, you're not dealing with huge numbers of people. It's a great mid-sized venue, and it's perfect for the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, and if you're coming here to see an artist that you really admire and for a long time, you really feel like you're in a small space with them.
That's a recurring theme that we always hear back, is that the people, and the number one attraction is that they enjoy seeing shows here, that it's a very positive experience to come see a show here. And we get people over and over, where in industry standards, you may get people coming to one show a year. We see a lot higher return than that, and we get lots of return business at this building.
Well, great. Well, thanks for telling us about the upcoming season. We're all looking forward to it.
Thank you.
In just a moment, we'll return with our look at upcoming summer events here in Portsmouth. So, stay tuned.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite.
Unearth hidden passion.
Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Quiet, please. Wait a sec. I'll take one. Oh yeah. All right. All good. Take care. Way to go. Nice. Bring it on. Gotcha. I'm here for you. Oh no. Please, please, please. I'm waiting. Interesting. Not buying it. Not fair. That's it. This conversation is over. Oh, brother.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things.
I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now, and our look at events coming up this summer in Portsmouth. Now, July is the height of the tourism season in the U.S., and of all 50 states, Virginia ranks number 10 as a tourist destination. Most of those tourists come here to Hampton Roads for the beaches and the historical sites, Yorktown, Jamestown, Williamsburg. And if they happen to come over to Portsmouth, they may see walking the streets of Portsmouth Colonel Crawford, who, although he's been dead for 200 years, still is walking around because of you.
Yes, we did. We resurrected the Colonel. I guess back it was in 2002, the city of Portsmouth was interviewing folks to find someone to play the role of Colonel Crawford for the 250th anniversary of the town.
And they said Eric Price is the man.
I came in, I grew up here in Portsmouth. And so folks all about town just kept saying, well, Price is back in town. I had actually come back to the area to help my brother with in-home health care with my mother. And so I interviewed for the job. I was fortunate enough to get the job. And then right after the anniversary year, I opened up Colonel Crawford and Company and have been pounding the streets of Old Town ever since then.
Now, so are these tours, are they, do tourist groups come and schedule them themselves? Do individuals call you and schedule a tour? Are these things that the city itself?
You know, actually, no, at this point, the city doesn't really sponsor them. They are helping to advertise them through Ports VA events. We're in the calendar guide there, which is great. The Portsmouth Visitor Center, anybody who calls there, they give out all of the information on the tours. In fact, that is a number that if you want to find out about the tours, where they're going to go, it's 393-5111, and that goes right to the visitor center. And then if people want to schedule a private tour, even a step-on guide service for buses, Caroline at the visitor center just lets them know how to contact me directly, and we can go right on from there.
And you tailor these tours to the individuals or groups?
You bet. Old Town is so incredibly unique. I mean, I think you know that. I mean, there's really nothing like Old Town Portsmouth on the eastern seaboard as far as even just architecture. I think we're the top in between Alexandria, Virginia, and Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah,
but we still have the original 64 acres that Colonel Crawford carved off of a 1,700-acre plantation to found the town. And that's still right over there. We have homes that date back to 1734. Actually, Colonel Crawford's last plantation home still stands right over off of Crawford Bay, named after the good colonel, of course, right by Regional Naval Medical Center Portsmouth, which is the oldest continuously running naval hospital in America. It dates to 1828.
So when the tours, what period of history do you focus on? Is it the founding period of Portsmouth, the colonial?
You know, this year, because Civil War is so important, we're right in the midst of the anniversary for the Civil Wars, I've got two tours that are going on. We have the Old Town tour. That's going to be with Colonel Crawford. I'm going to be taking folks through the Old Town area with a focus on the colonial times. But when you're passing a home, you know, that was occupied by, you know, the Adjutant General in the Civil War, I'm going to point that out. And then we're also going to have Civil War tours. Yeah, we're having Civil War tours this summer as well. Greg Etroff actually has been working with Colonel Crawford and Company for 10 years. I think it was great you were talking about the 10-year something just a minute ago.
Yeah, you've been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for 10 years. Greg has also been working with us for 10 years as well.
He's one of our top historians around here. I know
yes, he is, and he's on the History Commission. He at times has played the role of Gresham Nimmo, who was the surveyor that Colonel Crawford hired to lay out the town of Portsmouth. And we do say Portsmouth.
Now, does that, I've got to ask this, you would know this being the founder, does Portsmouth actually go back for centuries, or is that more of a 20th
It does.
century?
No, that goes right to England. There was Portsmouth, England, and right beside it, Gosport, England, where they repaired ships. Then we built Portsmouth, Virginia, right beside it, Gosport, Virginia, where they repaired ships. And then they built Portsmouth, New Hampshire, right beside it, Gosport, New Hampshire, where they repaired ships. And that was because Portsmouth, just the name, was synonymous with ship repair. And if you were a captain who needed major repairs, and you were not familiar with the waters where you were, you'd get your chart out and you made your way to the closest Portsmouth. And of course, the Civil War, they took over Portsmouth, as well as the British. We actually have the home here that Lord Cornwallis stayed in during the Revolutionary War. We have the location that Benedict Arnold was in, and also the very last holdout that Lord Dunmore of the British, the general that was in charge of all the British troops.
Last colonial governor of Virginia.
The governor, his holdout was here at the Gosport Yard, and on his way out, because Norfolk was such a hotbed of patriotism, he actually had his ships broadside Norfolk, and he tried to blow it right off the map. Portsmouth was spared because many of us here, Colonel Crawford included, were loyalists.
Okay.
We were loyal to the king.
Well, that's all right.
Yes.
Now.
Not only that, but during the Civil War, a majority of Portsmouth citizens opposed secession to the last.
Right.
The town's always been a bit politically out of step with the rest of Virginia.
Which may not be a bad thing sometimes.
There you have it.
Yes.
But these are just some of the facts and amazing things that you learn on your tours.
Exactly.
Now,
Where we are right now, if I may, we are at Trinity Church, which was formerly Portsmouth Parish. That dates to 1762. It's located on one of the four corners of High Street, which by law had to include a courthouse, we have it, a jail, that's the TCC Visual Arts Center now. We have the church still in its same location, and across the street was where Colonel Crawford's mercantile shop and the Boom Larley pub
so is
was
this like by
located.
British decree, a British
Right.
town?
The king had declared, and the governor, if you don't have these four places in place,
You're not a town.
the odds of you not being successful
Yeah.
would be very good. I'm tired of wasting money. It all must be in place. And Crawford was instrumental. Like I said, he took the land that he owned, carved it off. It was riveted with creeks and streams, which at that time was invaluable because every bit of water coming into the house had to be carried into the house. The church bells. You know, the bells of Trinity Church have been ringing in every quarter hour of the hour for the Gosport shipyard, later to become the Norfolk Naval Shipyard, since 1762.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people come to town or they're here and they want to set up a tour, they go to the visitor center.
They can find out about it at the visitor center. Also, the coffee shop on the corner of Middle Street and High Street is actually going to be selling tickets there, and there's going to be a 25% reduction on tickets that they buy at the coffee shop.
And you have a website too.
I do, and that's Old Town Theatricals with an E, O-L-D-E, Town, T-O-W-N-E, theatricals.com.
Well, Rick, thank you for joining us today and telling us about that.
Thank you for having us,
My
truly.
pleasure. Thank you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now and our look at what's happening in Portsmouth this summer. When we think of summer, we think of vacations, being outdoors, trips to the beach, and for many Americans, the summer is a great time for escaping into the latest beach read, reading that latest hot new novel that's become a bestseller just because it's great escapist fun. That tradition of summer reading brings people of all ages to the library. In this case, the Churchland branch of the Portsmouth Public Library. It's a beautiful new facility, just a few years old, at the corner of High Street and Cedar Lane on the side of the old Coleman's Nursery. Throughout the year, the Churchland Library offers free programs and special events for readers of all ages. Let's find out what they're offering this summer.
My name is Michelle Ornott, and I'm the branch manager at Churchland Library.
This is a fantastic 20,000 square foot community facility for not only for the patrons of Churchland, but for all of the Portsmouth residents. We have a large meeting room space, conference room space, teen programs, children's programs, adult programs, books, DVDs, ebooks, books on CD, and computers for public use. We have 3 study rooms that are open to the public, no reservation needed. We have a patio free for public use. It's open when we're open, and you're free to take your lunch outside and your books to read.
Hi, my name is Alicia Finney, and I'm the librarian 1 here at the Churchland Branch Library of the Portsmouth Public Library System. I'm kind of like the assistant branch manager. I help out the branch manager. I'm on the desk. I'm kind of do a lot of different things. We're really excited about our adult summer reading program. People can start signing up. It's 18 and up can start signing up June 17th. And what happens is once you get your registration packet, you read 3 books and you get a prize, a completion prize. But throughout, we're going to be having these fun raffle drawings for 4 different types of fun baskets. We have one with all Portsmouth Public or Portsmouth City stuff. We have one from Suffolk that they've put together for us. And then we also have 2 that are kind of book to movie baskets that have books that have been made into movies. We have both the book and the movie, as well as some popcorn and candy and everything you need for a fun movie night with your family. We also have a couple of genealogy talks that some of our staff members are doing to show you how to use the online resources that we have. And if you're into ancestry and finding out about your family history, you can come and learn about that at the library. We also have the Master Gardeners are coming to talk with us about what you can do to spruce up your yard. And we also have, to top it all off at the end, we have a member of the Portsmouth Naval History Museum coming to talk about the Civil War in Portsmouth. And so we're really excited about our lineup, and we hope that everyone can come out and enjoy the library, but also come to our great programs and read books and get prizes.
My name is Ashley Dean, and I'm a library assistant here at the Churchland Branch. I've been planning the teen summer reading program for the last year. I did it last year, and now this is my 2nd year. I love working with the teens because it gives me an opportunity to be creative, and they give me some great ideas and to get to know the neighborhood better, the community that comes in here, and see what their needs are. Teens love the werewolf, vampires, zombies, anything like that. A little bit of gore and blood, that seems what they, or romance. Add that all together and it's fantastic. Well, this summer we have our Beneath the Surface Teen Summer Reading Program. We have different events at all locations. Here at the Churchland Branch, we are hosting several events such as the Sharpie Tie-Dye. We're providing all the shirts. It should be a lot of fun. It's free, so that's good in the summertime. And things like scavenger hunts, and there's prizes, food, so it should be fun.
My name is Cheryl King. I am the library associate at Churchland Branch Library. I work in the children's department. This summer will be our Dig Into Reading summer reading program. It starts on June 17th. We'll have activities going on every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, as a matter of fact. Movies, games, crafts, programs with performers. The purpose of the program is to encourage children to read over the summer. A lot of the reading skills that the children learn during the school year are lost over the summer because they don't do any chance reading. This is their chance to read and get prizes for reading. I would recommend that parents, families, mothers, fathers, grandparents, if you have them during the summer, read with their children at least 20 minutes a day. Children love to be read to. You can have them read on their own, or you can read to them or read with them during the summer. Make it a special rest time. If you make reading a time that they're resting as well. I mean, a lot of children after they get a certain age don't want to take a nap. So instead of them going to sleep, you can have them spend that half an hour, 25 minutes, 45 minutes reading with you. What I usually ask a child when they're looking for something to read is, what was the last thing that you read that you really enjoyed? And we work from there. We have our regular story time for children all year long. At 10:30 on Thursday mornings, we do story times. And once a month, we do a family movie night.
In July, you can look forward to movie nights here at Churchland.
3rd Tuesday of every month. We do a family movie night.
We have this great meeting room with a projector screen.
Everyone's invited. We have free popcorn and drinks for anybody who's interested in coming.
We'll have snacks and you can come in with your family and enjoy.
Come out, have fun. It's all free. There's lots of events. You get prizes and food, so can only a win situation.
It's all free. Okay. One of the last free things in America.
Well, that's it for our show today. To find out more about any of the events featured on our today's show or about any of the dozens of other events offered each month in Portsmouth, simply log on to www.portsvaevents.com and then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. Join me next time for another episode of Portsmouth Now.